Today we're looking at the Chicken Caravan 10. So this here is the Chicken Caravan 10. I've got this little fold out tow handle, so it's really easy to move. I'll turn it around like this. There you go. So I'll give you a little bit of the history of our Chicken Caravans for those of you that don't know. We started building chicken caravans for 450 chickens for our own farm. That's like 11 years ago. Someone said, hey, can you make them smaller? So a few years later we made them for 130 chickens, and then we started getting emails, would you make them smaller? And I'm like, no, we don't. And then we thought, well, maybe we should. So then we made one for 30 chickens. That was 5 years ago, made the Chicken Caravan 30. And we're like, everyone's happy now. We've made them for 30 chickens. And then we get emails, would you make one a bit smaller? And we're like, no. And then we considered making one a bit smaller, and we thought, let's just make it cool and sexy and awesome. So that's where we created the Chicken Caravan 10. So this little unit here holds 10 chickens, but it's still got all the automation of our big units. So in there, it's got its perches, it's got a mesh floor, so all the manure falls straight through to the ground. It's got the rollaway nesting boxes with excluders. Let me explain this. You can have a rollaway nesting box. So what that means is a chicken lays the egg and it rolls away out of the nest. But with that nesting box, if it doesn't have excluders, meaning the chickens can sit in there at night, they can sit in there at night and poo in your nesting box, and then you collect eggs that are covered in poo. Not cool. So it's got a rollaway nesting box with excluders. This is the egg collection door here, and this is why you want excluders. You want clean eggs. If we didn't have excluders and you had hens sitting in there at night, they poo in the nesting box, and then you get eggs that roll out through poo. You got to have excluders. There's the cool little actuator that operates the excluders for the nesting box, and that's the batteries that power that actuator. The other thing it's got built in is an auto door. So this door opens up in the morning and closes up at night. Now, I always endorse using electric chicken fencing around my chickens because that is my barrier for protection. But the auto door is just another barrier. Let's just say the clip from the Energizer came off my fence and my fence was not electrified and a fox got in and the door's closed. No issue. The fox is not going to get my chickens. So it's just another barrier to really stuff up foxes trying to eat my chickens. Underneath the caravan, out of the rain, is a feeder under there. Now, even though the feeder is under the caravan, I don't have to go under the caravan to fill the feeder. I just simply open this up and pour the feed in there. As you saw, it's got the built-in batteries, and they're charged by this huge solar panel. When you come into the Chicken Caravan 10, you can see it's got a mesh floor, so all the manure will fall through. And then you look up to the ceiling and look up close there, they're lights. Let me tell you why lights are good. In the middle of winter, the days are short. Now, at the moment when I'm filming this, it's springtime, so the days are getting longer. But in the middle of winter, when the days are short, the chicken's egg production is going to go down. By simply putting lights on for maybe an hour in the morning and an hour at night, you'll keep your hens laying because you don't get short days. This feature is an advantage, especially if you live somewhere south of, say, Sydney. You might be in Victoria or Tasmania. In the middle of winter, you've got short days, and by using some artificial light to lengthen those days, it sort of is the difference between you having eggs for breakfast or you having, say, cornflakes. At the front of the caravan, we've got this drinker drum, and I don't know, it holds about 20 litres, I think. And the chickens can drink straight from it. So it's got a little bullet drinker on there. They tap that and water dribbles out. So what it doesn't have is a drinker bowl. Let me tell you why you don't want a drinker bowl. Chicken comes up, it's got a bit of dirt on its beak. It puts its beak into the water to take a drink, and then next to the drinker, it has a bit of a dirt bath. And what was clean water is now muddy water. By using a little bullet drinker, hey, quieten down there. Dog's barking at me. By using a bullet drinker, you make sure your water is always clean. So I've talked about a little Chicken Caravan 10, and now talk about the chicken. So these chickens are purebred Australorps. There's some variations of colors within these Australorps. Australorps come in 4 different colors. The main one is black, but you also have blue, which is more like a, thanks for that crowing. So you also have blue, which is more like silver. You have white, and then you have splash. Let's have a look at this one over here. This one's splash, so it's a bit of a splash of a few colors. I like Australorps because they're a dual purpose breed. They are good for eggs, and they're also good for meat. Some of the mums go broody so they can hatch out their own chickens, but most of the time I use an incubator. Anyway, that's the Chicken Caravan 10 and the Australorps and the roosters crowing. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will see you tomorrow.